welcome to this week's episode of Love Light Show, where today we have your special guest, Jess Neary, and she's going to share with us a number of amazing things for our space and our homes and our intuition. So she's going to explain to us how we can align our desires with Feng Shui. So I am so excited for this episode, and we're going to actually jump right into an experience. So I encourage you guys to share it out, to tag any friends, and we're going to do a really cool meditation to start. Then she's going to take us through some amazing things that we can actually tap into our intuition. We can create an awesome home office space and really get into Feng Shui and how we can make that work for us. We're going to do a Metta meditation. So that'll be super fun. And if you guys are not familiar with the Love and Light Show, I'll explain a little bit about that and encourage you to make that a daily, weekly practice for jumping into positivity and happiness and things that move you forward on your healing journey. So I essentially was inspired to do it because I love the quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And I wanted to make a change, and I wanted to encourage other people to make that change in their lives. So it's really connecting you to healers or different modalities or different exercises that can help move you forward on your journey, that'll help you be more positive or open or help you heal something that needs to be healed, introduce you to all these different practitioners, modalities, different coaches, so that you can actually be supported by them along your journey and get a lot of little taste testers to all this. So hello, everyone who's jumping on. Hi, Tina, just on your break.
Hi,
awesome. Tina. I'm happy that you're able to join us today. Thanks for joining. And anyone else who's joining us live, I can see that other people are live. We have 7 people live, but on the Be Live platform, we can't actually see your name as you jump on. So please say hi if you're joining the replay later as well, so that we can connect with our community and our followers and our family online. So the Love and Light Show is really intended to lift you up so that you can be that light in your own life, in your family, in your workplace, in your community, so that we can just raise the vibration of the planet together and make more and more love and light available to other people, because the state of the world needs it right now. So I really encourage you to share this Love and Light broadcast out to anyone you feel might benefit from it. So you can share it now, you can share it at the end, whatever you feel called to, and let us know throughout if you have any questions, if you're getting value from it, if you have any future questions that you want to be done in the future and you want me to connect you with a cool healer or coach who does another thing. Join the conversation below and share it to the ones that you love. So Jess is an intuitive healer and Feng Shui practitioner. She loves to help women to create a grounding home environment that supports their desires while promoting well-being and personal growth. So as an intuitive healer, she combines her knowledge of interior design and Feng Shui to guide women on their own power and gifts so that they can have their own positive space. So I'm going to introduce Jess in a minute, but hi, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, yeah. Thanks for having me. Yeah, no, I was going to say I'm honored to be here, and I see some familiar faces here making some comments.
Yes. We'll add some on. And then I'm getting notifications in the bottom corner. I need to get this off my new laptop. So Nancy says, morning. Kayla says, hi. Thank you for this amazing show. Thanks so much for joining us live. Steve says, greetings.
Hi, Steve. Nice to have you here.
Anne-Marie
Hi, Anne-Marie.
says, hi, Laura, Jess. Night in Moncton. So hi, Corinne. And we're actually doing another of those chakra paint nights tonight in St. John because there was so much demand for it. So I'm super excited to bring that. And I'll also introduce myself because I don't think I did that yet. If you're brand new to me, I'm Laura McPhee. So I'm a happiness coach and healer, and I love to support and empower women to get to their dream happy lives. So I, in particular, tend to specialize with people pleasers and perfectionists and workaholics so that they can let go of their junk and stress and worry and the baggage that's been holding them back so that they can move forward to their happy, healthy, fulfilling, and abundant life that they're very deserving of. So I love to help women do that in a number of ways. So the newest way that I've been helping with that is with spiritual paint nights, which we're joining forces with Create Over Cocktails in St. John and the Moncton area. So that's super fun. I also have other upcoming workshops like Clearing Your Money Blocks 101 and How to Live Your Happiest Life Right Now. That'll be next week in Moncton. And I'm also doing a Manifest Your Dream Life vision board workshop. So be sure to get your tickets for that. And I'm also really excited to announce, as of last night, we officially got the post up and the event created with Kara. So Kara and I are going to do Clearing Money Blocks and Manifesting Abundance to get all the amazing benefits of tapping and theta healing combined together to really clear all the junk that's been holding people back in their lives and then move them forward quickly. We're going to have so much value for a 2-hour workshop, and that's now posted. It'll be at the beginning of March. So you can find all of that information out on my business page. You can connect with me on my personal page. I love to have new friends and connect with new like-minded people. So I'm very excited for everyone. And Anne-Marie says, can't wait for the paint night in February. Yes, and we have a brand new one in February where it's going to be focused on the heart chakra because it's the month of love. And we have a beautiful heart painting. And we're actually going to include a rose quartz crystal into that one. So I'm super excited for that as well. So let's hear about Jess and her story. So how did you get to where you are today, Jess?
There have been so many detours that have kind of led me to where I am today. I would say, I mean, for sure it started from when I was very young, but I always had this fascination with my environment. It was kind of a little bit of what I could control in this world. And so from a very young age, I was rearranging my bedroom. And
nice.
Yeah, so much. And I still do that to a certain degree, but I would, make sure that it was nice and organized and cleaned and, just organizing and decluttering fairly often, fairly regularly, to make sure that I had a space where I could feel safe, secure, grounded, and it allowed me to have that little bit of a sanctuary to do what I wanted to do and needed to do in this world. And so when I started to study interior design in high school, I really connected with that class and really wanted to pursue it. I didn't end up pursuing it. I went to business school and I got my bachelor's degree at UMBSJ here in New Brunswick and loved the experience, graduated on time, and then came out with a nice full-time permanent position in an office. And years afterwards, I just, I thought, why am I here? I wasn't happy. And it really made me question all areas in my life. It's kind of when I started to wake up to my own desires and come from a place of my heart instead of the head space. And so I began staying at home with my children and, first had children, got married in our home. Once I kind of made that switch from leaving my full-time position, it's like almost the whole world opened up and all these opportunities presented itself. So staying at home is when I decided to do some self-study with my amazing Feng Shui master, Tisha Morris at Earth Home. And with that, it's been just an amazing and incredible journey because I already had my business set up, yet there was something that just didn't quite fit. It's like I needed that energetic portion to this interior design passion that I knew I already had. So I've now incorporated Feng Shui into our own home and into my clients' homes, and the benefits have been unreal, especially to those who gravitate towards more energetic healing, looking for alternatives, kind of having like the holistic approach and looking at all areas of your life and seeing how they're all connected.
Yes, that's so important.
Absolutely. So that's what I do now is I help my clients create flow and balance in their life through the medium of their home. And extremely blessed and fortunate to be doing this because it's what I love. And I feel like I don't have to sacrifice anything because I'm still home with my family. I still get to travel. I get to meet amazing like-minded people. And at the same time, I'm helping clients or others, heal through their own spaces.
That's wonderful. I love that so much.
Thank you.
And speaking of spaces, do you want to explain how clutter can kind of affect us in this more spiritual way? I know that when I have clutter in my house, I'm like, and it's a reflection of me. So,
Well, it all comes down to the conscious and subconscious mind. As I know you're aware, because you taught us a little bit about that at the last paint night. We're really driven by our subconscious thoughts, although we're not always aware of them or thinking of them. So when we think of clutter, or even if we're shoving, a pile of clothes in our closet, sure, out of sight, out of mind, but not really. It's still there, and it's still very much a part of your day-to-day activities. So when you come home and you just throw your jacket on over a chair, let's say, or kick off your shoes and put it in a pile, it is going to have an effect every time you walk in, every time you leave. It's going to affect the energy of your home and your space, and it ripples out to your guests, children, other occupants. So it's really looking at clutter in these corners or hidden areas and kind of understanding, well, why is it there? And how can we remove it so it doesn't come back? Because once we have that knowledge and awareness, it makes it much easier to eliminate it and move forward. Yeah. Now with Feng Shui, what it's been able to do is provide a framework of understanding the clutter and where it is in your home and what that translates to in our own life, which is fascinating. So once I studied that, it was just like, whoa, mind blown. It was amazing. So we're now incorporating so much of that into our own homes, and I see the immediate results. It's quite incredible. Very powerful. Awesome. Very empowering tool to have, for sure.
Awesome. So like if you have a corner that's always your like dump ground, does that mean a specific thing consistently with your clients? Because I'm definitely guilty of doing that, especially traveling back and forth between St. John and Moncton. I'm like, I feel like I'm living out of a bag. I'm just going to like put this here, and the two things that I need out of it this week, I'll just grab.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's this amazing quote, the name Barbara, I can't think of the last name, but she says clutter is just decisions that have been postponed.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Kind of soak in, because it's like, it totally makes sense, because I'm just trying to think right now. I'm thinking of my children's toys mostly, because it can easily build up clutter. And that's huge, because we, as our family, we don't want those little piles of clutter to be around our house to just all of a sudden take over and build up. So, no.
And Eve says, ha ha ha, yep. Yeah. Similarly, a corner where things get dumped. Totally
resonates. Everybody generally has, a junk drawer. And we do as well. But I mean, it's certainly going to be having an energetic effect on the space and home. If you go to grab a battery or a pen, you go through digging, this drawer, and then you can't find it because it's buried under this and that. And it's easy to get distracted as well when you're starting to go through things, and without that sort of organization, you can get off track pretty easily.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, that's a later thing. And it's never that fire. It's never urgent and important and a priority until you choose to make it a priority and say that this is affecting me in other areas. I'm going to choose to focus on this, which is why I'm super grateful that you're on here today. And you're going to walk us through a wonderful meditation. So I'm excited for that. And I encourage everyone to actually participate. So stop what you're doing. I know that life can get so busy and hectic, and I even listen to podcasts and different interviews in the background while I'm doing other work. I'm guilty of that as well. But just pause, take some time for yourself, and really get into this wonderful meditation that Jess is going to walk us through. So take it away, Jess.
All right. So I'm so happy that you guys are here joining live. If you are here live and are able to participate in the meditation, I encourage that. It's not going to be long. I'm going to try and keep it under 5 minutes, because it can kind of get carried away. But we want to make sure that you guys are getting a very powerful exercise that you can implement in your home today. So it's a Metta meditation, if you're familiar. It's also known as a loving kindness meditation. And without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it.
Awesome.
I guess as a precursor, I just want to say what we're going to do is we're going to really think about our home during this process. So we're going to begin by sitting up straight. We'll have our feet planted on the floor. And we're going to close our eyes and we're going to take 3 deep clearing and cleansing breaths all at once. So inhale 1. I'm going to hold and exhale completely. Inhale 2. Exhale. And now on our third one, we're going to hold it a little longer. We're going to exhale a little more and inhale a little extra as well. So inhale. I'm going to hold and exhale completely. So what I want you to do now is to, with your eyes closed, just imagine and visualize your home space. If you want, you can be sitting in your favorite chair. You could be sitting on your side of the bed, wherever you feel most comfortable. Let's go there. Now, once you're there, I want you to just sit there for a moment and just be there. And when you're ready, I want you to just feel the energy in your chest. We're going to bring our focus there. And what we're going to do with each inhale and exhale, we're going to kind of breathe in the energy from our heart space. And it's going to first fill your body with this lovely pink, green, whichever color you're seeing, energy. Just feel it. What does it feel like to you? Maybe there's some sounds, some colors, maybe some warmth. Now with your next inhale, we're going to push that energy out into about, let's say, a foot around yourself. And now with our second inhale, we're going to expand that energy out into the entire room that you're now in. We're going to inhale, hold and exhale. And now that we've got that warm, fuzzy feeling in our entire room, we're going to expand it even a bit further with the next inhale to encompass your entire home. Think of all of those closets. Think of all the bedrooms, the bathroom, your kitchen, the living room, and your entry, your attic, and your basement. If you're in an apartment, think of your entire apartment building even. We're just going to sit there for one more second. And when we're ready, we're going to begin wiggling our toes and our fingers. And when you're all set to open your eyes and come back, feel free to do so. All right.
Awesome.
I know I've just kind of like,
Yeah,
sinking right into my space. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I want to go be all cozy in my blankets again, like in my head.
I know, that's what I'm
I
feeling
love
too.
that. Yeah, I feel very calm and centered and very good. And other people are
Perfect.
enjoying it as well. Steve sends us a lovely
Aw,
heart.
yay.
Aw. And Vince says that he joined us as we're taking the 3 cleansing breaths,
Oh,
just a
that's
moment
awesome,
to take his breath.
Vince.
Great timing,
Oh,
very
so
good
glad you were
timing.
able to join.
hmm And
Awesome.
Anne-Marie had put a comment from our conversation a little bit before we started. So I know what she means about clutter. I just feel different energy when my boyfriend comes home from work and just drops his clothes wherever. I have to go and hang his things up and put things away. The energy changes. Yeah, so true. Our environment can definitely have a big effect on us. And then Rebecca
Absolutely.
says she loved it. So thank
Oh,
you.
thank you,
Bernice
Rebecca.
says, hi, Laura and Jess.
Hi, Bernice.
Wonderful. Getting all kinds.
Oh, good. I'm so
Love
glad.
and hearts.
I
So they
hope
enjoyed it.
too that you can come back to this replay and
Mhm.
repeat this. And you can also spend more time in each one of those areas if you want to do that, in your own time, or if you're going to bed or first thing in the morning, can be huge. Have a huge impact. Yeah.
Awesome. And then I feel like being in this wonderful space would be a good time to talk about how you can apply your intuition, especially
Yeah.
within your home and having that wonderful energy.
Absolutely. So with intent or intuition, it's really about feeling. It's not necessarily about using our own eyes and looking for an aesthetic,
Mm-hmm.
aesthetically pleasing, visually pleasing atmosphere, although that is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really about feeling. So what imagery is on your walls, and what does it mean to you? What does it feel to you? And what I really encourage the individuals that I work with is to sit, just maybe go to that meditative space, look around, and just be there in that space and to feel that particular item or the energy in the space, and see how it resonates with yourself. Because there may be some things, and odds are a lot of times we have a lot of things that we're able to kind of let go and move forward from.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a lot of things in our spaces that we don't give enough love and appreciation to.
Right.
Once we start paying attention to those, then it's really easy to let go of our clutter. It's really easy to let go of items that are no longer serving us in terms of what we are achieving in our daily lives, or even when it comes to our own energy, what's supporting us and not. So what I mean by that, even, as perfect example would be maybe wedding gifts. I know is a huge, it's a huge one. So you get, I don't know, a punch bowl that's totally not your style, and you're just keeping it because you're trying to be nice.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're not doing anyone any service by keeping that punch bowl. So we just, release it and allow someone else to maybe enjoy the benefits of that punch bowl, and we get the one we want. Yeah. So it's really just taking that mindfulness and applying it into our home space and ensuring that all aspects that are around us and in our environment are supporting us on our journeys. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lori, her comment is, so it's okay to have a junk drawer.
Well, I mean, in an ideal perfect world, we wouldn't have one, but you know what? We've got some junk, we've got some stuff, and that's okay. We're continually evolving, and so is our home. So,
Yes.
I mean, I know for us, we've limited to like one drawer, and
Nice.
we've kind of, we've weaned down to that. And then the next step would be to go through that drawer. But I think it's perfectly acceptable to have a junk drawer. Yeah. And if you have a little clutter here and there, it's not anything to be super hard on yourself about.
Right.
Certainly not applying any judgment here. We've got little pockets of clutter as well, and we're aware of it, and we will get to it when the right timing presents itself as well.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's about like the little baby steps. So instead of being
Yes.
like, when we were thinking of the entire apartment, I'm like, oh, the storage things that I haven't looked at for a while. And like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, it's been a project in the back of my head, and it's always just on the back burner because it's not something I'm super passionate about. But it's like,
Yeah.
just do a baby step for that. So instead of being like, oh, I can't have
Exactly.
like a junk drawer, be like, what one little thing am I going to do? So maybe I'll take a box and do a baby step of that. So just doing whatever you feel called to so that it's not overwhelming and you can be really gentle with yourself. I think that's a good idea.
Absolutely. And I'm a
Mm-hmm.
firm believer in everything has a place or a home. So
Yeah.
my husband can definitely attest to that, because if
Mm-hmm.
something's not in its home, I'm just like, oh, let's put it back. It's kind of like what Anne was saying when her husband comes home from work. I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same way. And
Yeah.
really what's helped us in that situation has been to really make sure that we're on the same page. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was communicating to my husband how it affects myself and how it
Right.
takes my energy away from what I'm doing to have to go and clean up that little mess. And that has made a huge difference, because he was never
Wonderful.
aware of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
communication is key for so many things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. So then speaking of our homes, how about home offices and office spaces? What are your tips and
Yes.
tricks for creating wonderful, ideal
Yeah.
spaces?
Absolutely. I love this. I love this so much, because
Mm-hmm.
it's these tips and tricks. I'm going to go over three, because they're
Awesome.
really the three most um, fundamental philosophy. Trying to think here. The words remedy and cures, but
Mm-hmm.
the fundamentals, I guess, with feng shuiing your home office, or any office for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is refers to positioning. So we're
Okay.
going to look at your desk space,
Ooh,
and
okay.
we're going to look at where you plan to do your work.
Mm-hmm.
This desk or area is going to be really what anchors your entire room. So it's
Mm-hmm.
important to know where to place this desk, because we can have all kinds of different factors that can influence the energy when you're sitting at your desk space.
Mm-hmm.
So what this fundamental is known as is the command position. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. I'm sure this is a very basic fundamental that can be implemented today. And if you're looking to set up your own office space, it's something that you should always start with.
Mm-hmm.
And because where you're sitting and where you're facing is so powerful and so important. So the
Awesome.
command position is positioning your desk so that you are facing the entrance to the room.
Okay.
You don't want your back to the door. And that really goes with the idea of working with your subconscious mind, because instinctually, we always are thinking about predators. And even though today we don't have, lions or bears, kind of coming at us, but,
Mm-hmm.
we don't want to be caught off guard,
Right.
because that can really stir us up. So ensuring that we have visibility of the entrance is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that, you do not want it to be directly in line with the entrance door, because that can be very distracting, as there's lots of energy coming in through the front door or that entrance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really important with the command position. There's another little tricks and stuff around that, but I mean, it would be unique to your own space, really, because each room kind of has its own little quirks, and spaces and buildings weren't really designed with the feng shui in mind over here in the
Mm-hmm.
Western world. So we work with that, and we make it work. So
Awesome.
I'm
And
gonna
Eve
go.
says that he is, so good
Yeah.
job. And I feel the difference because
Yeah.
in my new office, I had been kind of tinkering with
Yeah.
moving that table forward and being behind it so that I am facing the door to say hi to people as they're going by because I really like my space. Um, but when I'm at home, the way that my room is set up, when I'm working in my room instead of like the kitchen, I am facing a wall, and I definitely don't like doing that. And like the openness of being in the
Yes.
kitchen and the brightness and all the wonderful like open feeling I get, instead of being like, when I look up at a beautiful painting, but it's still a wall.
Yes. And, one perfect way to, like, if you don't have the option to move your desk so you're facing, is to put up a mirror. And that way you can see behind you. I mean, again, it may or may not work depending on the situation, but that's a big one. So we've already covered the command position and anchoring your room with your desk. The other one I wanted to really point out is your imagery. So to look around and see what you're looking at when you're sitting at your desk.
Okay.
And not only just what you're looking at, what's behind you. Because if you look behind me, or even yourself, Laura, we're constantly looking, around us, and it's influencing kind of the presentation or showing up and being present for our viewers. So yeah. So definitely applying your intuition to the imagery that you're looking at in front of you, behind you, is huge, because we may not be consciously aware of it all the time, because if we were, we'd be, kind of all over the place. But if we want to bring our attention there and our awareness there, little bits, then we can make sure that we're surrounded by very uplifting imagery.
Awesome. And yeah, like that definitely influences me as well. I can totally resonate with that, because the prettier and more positive things you have around you, the more you feel good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. So thanks so much for sharing those, and for the wonderful meditation. And a couple of people had to pop off, but they said thanks for the meditation. So that's wonderful. And I'd love for you to share with all of the people watching, all the people who are going to watch, how they can reach out and connect with you after the show, and all the wonderful things that you have going on in your world.
Awesome. Well, so I'm Jess Neary and it's with Nurture with Nature Home Designs. And you can find me on my Facebook page, or I also have a website, which is nurturewithnaturehomdesigns.ca. From there, all my contact information is there, and I can be reached anyway. I'm always available. So email, phone, messaging on Facebook, it's all good. If you feel called to reach out, I'm more than happy to help you and support you on your journey. I have all kinds of different services, but the one that I'd love to mention today is this online digital course that has been out. Yeah, and it's amazing, because it really helps individuals tap into their intuition. We look at clutter. We look at applying the Boggle map in your home, which then really gets you thinking about, where your clutter is and what that may actually mean in terms of your life, and where it could be affecting your life. So that is the course is called 5 Ways to Heal Through Your Home. And yeah, and for viewers, I have a special discount where you can get 25% off now. The discount code I will leave in the link afterwards.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I'm really happy and honored to have been here, and I'm so fortunate for all those who have joined live and those who will be joining after on the replay. If you have questions, comments, just want to say hi, please do so. I'm looking to connect.
Awesome. I'm so excited for that. And I encourage everyone who really just enjoyed that meditation, who got so much value from all of your tips and tricks, to share it or tag their friends below, because we want to share this love and light and wonderful message with those who really need it in their lives right now. So thank you guys all for joining us live today. Thank you for catching the replay. Be sure to let us know that you're watching the replay. We love to know who's out there and connecting with us and make new friends. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I encourage you to tune in next week on Monday at 11 Eastern, 12 Atlantic. For our next guest, we're going to be interviewing Joanne Komar, who is a positivity coach. So I'm super excited for that and hope to see you guys next week. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, guys.